Dear viewers, today we can see finite and non-finite verbs presented by Sri S.A. Bali, M.A. M.Ed, working an English teacher at Government High School RMSC Kupkadi, Taluk Basan Bagewadi, District Vijaypur. Finite and non-finite verbs. Dear viewers, first we can see definition of finite and non-finite verbs. A verb may be finite or non-finite in form. A verb that shows tense, number, means singular or plural, or person is finite. A verb form that is not affected by number or person is non-finite. It means finite shows tense, non-finite does not show tense. So here is a beautiful form chart that is finite and non-finite verbs. The chart is about verb. Verb has divided two parts, that is finite verb and non-finite verbs. In finite verbs we can see present form of verbs, past form of verbs, helping verbs, modal verbs. In non-finite we can see past participle verbs, present participle verbs, gerund, and in infinitive we again divided two parts, that is to infinitive and bare infinitive. Bare infinitive means without to infinitive. You can see this chart, very beautiful chart, the verbs which come under finite verbs and the verbs which come under non-finite verbs. These are the parts, these are the division. We come to know that the difference between finite verbs and non-finite verbs. These present form, past form, helping verb, modal verb. These verbs show tense, but past participle, present participle, gerund, infinitive, to infinitive, bare infinitive, these do not tell any tense. So the verbs which tell tense is finite verbs, the verbs which do not tell tense is non-finite. So only this is the difference. Helping verbs means am, are, is, was, were, have, has, had, do, does, did. These are the helping verbs. Modal verbs means shall, should, will, would, can, could, may, might, must, ought to, need to, used to, dare to. So we can see now examples. Finite and non-finite verbs. One by one we can see examples and come to know the difference between finite and non-finite verbs. First one, Ravi drinks tea. Here drinks is finite because it tells present form. Second one, I eat a banana. Here eat is finite because it tells present form of word tense. Drinks and eat, these two are present. Then she sang a song. Here sang is finite because it is past form. They are my students. Here are is finite because it is present form. Are, sang, these are all finite because they tell tense. Auxiliaries such as am, are, is, was, were, have, has, had, do, does, did, all these are finite because they tell tense of present and past. For example, am, are, is present, was, were past, have, has present, had past, do, does present, did past. So also modals such as shall, should, will, would, can, could, may, might, must, ought to, need to, dare to, and used to. These are all special verbs and they also come under finite verbs. Suma is reading a book. Here reading is non-finite because reading does not tell any tense, but is it represents present form of or present tense, but reading is not only telling the tense. So reading is non-finite because it is present participle. All present participles are non-finite. So also Suresh has gone to Mysore. Here gone is again non-finite because it doesn't tell any tense. So but has is a helping verb that tells the tense of present participle or it is present perfect tense. But is it is present continuous tense. So on is only it presents present continuous, but here has only it presents present perfect tense, but gone is only that is non-finite because it is past participle. All past participle verbs are non-finite. Finite and non-finite verbs. One more example. Walking is good for health. Here walking, it is in subject part and works as a subject, so it is not a present participle, it is ing form, comes in the subject part, so it is gerund. We can say gerund. So in this sentence, walking is non-finite because it is gerund. It is not present participle. All the ing are not present participle, but the where the walk that word is there. If the word is in the subject part, that acts as a subject, so it is gerund. Then next one more example. I want to teach you English. Here to teach. In this sentence to teach is non-finite because it is infinitive. We can say to infinitive because it is taken to preposition. 2 plus v1 we can say. So this is infinitive. One more example, you can tell me a story. Here tell is non-finite because it is bare infinitive. Bare it means without to infinitive. It does not take preposition to because it is followed by or modals. With modals, if there is a present form of verb, with do, does, did, there is a present form of verb, we can say that non-finite and bare infinitive. In infinitive, we can see to infinitive and bare infinitive, that is without to infinitive. Next, once again we can recollect the main points. What are the verbs comes under finite verbs? V1. As we know that all present form of verbs are finite because they tell tense. V2. Then all V2 verbs are past form of verbs. V2 is called past form of verbs. They are all finite verbs because they tell past tense. And helping verbs such as am, or, is, was, were, have, has, had, to, does, did, and even been. These are all auxiliaries, helping verbs. They also tell, some helping verbs tell present form, some helping verb presents past form. So these are all finite. And modals, special verbs such as shall, should, will, would, can, could, may, might, must, ought to, need to, dare to, used to. These are all special verbs. They also called finite verbs. So in non-finite verbs, V3. V3 means past participle verb, en form of verbs. And V4. V4 means present participle of verbs, that is ing form of verbs. These are all do not tell any tense. So past participle and present participle, they come under non-finite verbs. And as you know, gerund, for example, here walking is good for health. Such a sentence, in this sentence walking is gerund because it is not a present participle of verb, it is a subjective verb. So subjective part of a word, that's why it is gerund. Next, that also non-finite. Gerunds, all gerunds are non-finite. And infinitive, as you know, infinitive, we have two types of infinitive. One is with the two infinitive, another one is bare infinitive or without two infinitives. These are all finite and non-finite verbs. Dear viewers, please once again remember all these points, so only to identify which verb is non-finite, which verbs are non-finite, and which verbs are finite. Please carefully once again listen. All present form of verbs are finite, all past form verbs are finite, all helping verbs are finite, all modal verbs are finite. And what are the verbs come under non-finite? all past participles are non-finite, all present participle verbs are non-finite, all gerunds are non-finite, and infinitives, two infinitives or without two infinitives or bare infinitives, these are all come under non-finite verbs. If you see and watch and understand carefully, definitely there will be a 1 mark question for SSLC question paper. I hope you can understand this concept, and also you can get 1 mark of upcoming SSLC examination. Thank you very much.